Hello, hello, beautiful day it is. So I tried to go live yesterday, but village people were at work. So I am live today. All right, so this beautiful day, just a quick look at how the diluents affect the use of ingredients. Affect the use of ingredients in different products formula. So there are different fragrance products. Everything that smells, that has smell or has fragrance, is a fragrance product. So wipes, fragrance products, creams, soaps, liquid soap, and otherwise, lotion, tissue. Yes, they have fragrance tissue, perfumes, home fragrances, space scenting products, all of that. As far as it has scent in it, it is a perfume product. It means that there has been perfume concentrate made to be used in that product. All right, so how does the different diluent that they come in or that they are diluted in affect the final products that you are creating? So first off, what is a diluent? A diluent is a solvent that is used. A diluent or solvent, solvents, their words are interchangeable. So they are materials that are used to dilute, of course, from the word diluent, that are used to dilute ingredients. Now, some ingredients it's not I want to or I don't want to. Some of them need to be diluted because one, they may be too expensive. Materials, perfume ingredients generally are quite expensive. Yeah, perfume ingredients generally are quite expensive. So you would definitely have to dilute these ingredients for you to be able to use them and not waste the price and not waste the ingredients, because it's so pricey. Imagine that you buy out say rose for say $250 for 10 ml, an assumption, but it's quite expensive. Say $250 for 10 ml. $250 right now is about 125,000 naira, I think, or 150 thereabout, with the current exchange rate. So if you're buying 10 ml raw ingredient at that price, now when you dilute it at 10% dilution, it will give you 100 ml. It will give you 100 ml diluted rose absolute. That's a 10 ml rose absolute, pure rose absolute, undiluted, neat material. If you're going to use that, when you dilute it, to give you at 10%, depends on what percentage you decide to dilute it at. 20% will probably give you 50 ml, 10% to give you 100, 5% to give you I think 200, I think. All right, so that's one reason why we dilute ingredients. Now the second reason why we dilute ingredients would be because some of them are very powerful, especially the synthetics, the aroma chems. They are quite powerful, and because they are really, really powerful, they can take you out. Now, they can take out your nose when you perceive them neat. Now, this is an example of a diluted material. This is Bay West Indies. All right, this came as a 10 ml neat ingredient, and I have diluted it here to about 15 ml. This is just 1.5 ml of the Bay West Indies that is actually here. The rest is IPM, isopropyl mixtrate. So this is 10% dilution. 10% dilution of Bay West Indies. Now, Bay West Indies, if you use it directly, it's quite heavy. It's not heavy, it's quite strong, and it will take over your, what do you call it now? It will take over your formula. So you don't want that. You want to be able to dilute it, to use it gradually, to use it in a way that would make sense in the formula, that would builds the formula. Okay, so that's one. That's two. Three, the third reason why we dilute is to be able to open up that fragrance, that ingredient rather. Some ingredients are best when they are diluted. So when they're diluted, you're able to perceive all parts of the ingredients. You understand it better. You're perceiving every single part of the ingredient. You know, okay, it has this undertone, that undertone, hint of this, hint of that, especially if it is a base, like it has been synthetically created, you know. So especially that. But even for naturals, when you dilute the ingredients, it opens up really good. It opens up really good, and you're able to perceive all the different parts. So that's why those are the three reasons for now that we dilute materials. Now, the different diluents that are used in perfumery, you have alcohol. Ethanol is like the most popular diluent in perfumery, ethanol, because it's also the cheapest, at least here in Nigeria. Outside Nigeria, you need a license, an alcohol license, to get alcohol. So you cannot just walk into any store, walk into anywhere and get alcohol. You need a license, and that's why most perfumes abroad for smaller creators are oil-based perfumes. I mean, it's easier to even sell worldwide, because if you're going to create something with alcohol, apart from the fact that you're getting a license for alcohol, shipping alcohol products worldwide is a huge headache. You know, there are only very few, maybe even just one or two logistic companies that would ship your products worldwide. So it's just best for them to use make oil-based perfumes. So ethanol worldwide is like the cheapest form of, or cheapest diluent that is used. That's one, ethanol. And then we have DPG, dipropyl glycol, is another another diluent that is used. It's not expensive, all right, but it's not as cheap as ethanol. So dipropyl glycol is another diluent that is used in perfumery, and it's also a very popular diluent. Now, most companies, if you're buying anywhere around the world, if you're buying ingredients around the world, a lot of companies have their products diluted in DPG. Now, you can buy these products neat if you want, but the thing is that most of these ingredients are actually very expensive as neat materials. So if you're just starting out and you are just experimenting, it's advisable that you buy out products that are already diluted. They are slightly cheaper, and it takes off the work from you to start doing the dilutions and having what do you call them, bottles everywhere. All right, so and of course they're cheaper, so you can use that to experiment before you now start buying out neat materials and diluting yourself and all of that. But how does this affect your final products? I'll talk about that. What can you use that product that is diluted in DPG, and what can you use it in, and what can you not use it? What fragrance product can you use it in, and what fragrance product can you not use it in? I'll talk about that now. So that's DPG. Then there's the DEP. That's also it is still very useful. It is still very well used in perfumery, but not as much as DPG. All right. Then there's the IPM. IPM is another very well used diluent in perfumery that you can also use to dilute your materials. So you can decide to use that, especially if you're making perfumes, or you're buying products that you want to use across board. All right, DPG might not be very advisable if you're buying products for certain fragrance product, like if you're buying fragrance products for home fragrances, if you want to create diffusers and oil blends and all of that. Products that are diluted in DPG may not be very advisable. However, if the product you're looking for is only diluted in DPG on the site of the where you're buying from, that's fine. Then you can of course go ahead and buy it. You don't have the choice. But if there are other choices like IPM, by all means buy out products that are diluted in IPM. The reason, like I already said, is you can use it across board. You can use it for products in candles, you can use it for products in diffusers or home fragrances or space scenting products. You can use it for products in perfumery, you can use it for perfume products, you can use it for products, for cosmetic products, you can use it, across board. So that's like, for me personally, this is a personal opinion, IPM would be like the best bet for you to buy products if you're diluting. Again, it's not as cheap. It's not cheap. All right, so products in IPM may be, products that are diluted in IPM may be a little more expensive than products that are diluted in ethanol. That's standard. All right, now another diluent would be TEC, triethyl citrate. Triethyl citrate is another good one that can be used across board. It is not flammable. Now, the major reason why you cannot use a material that is diluted in alcohol for certain products is the fact that, okay, like if you want to use a fragrance that is diluted in alcohol for making candles, that's something that you don't even want to try. I mean, you're going to blow up people's homes and you might even blow up yourself, in testing it. So that's not something you want to consider. If it's not something you want to, it's not something you want to try. I personally would not want to try it. Just the thought of it, it may be possible. I'm not saying you should go and try. It may be possible. Personally, I don't even want to try. Imagine having an ingredient that is diluted in alcohol, and then you're using it in a candle fragrance. Fragrance candle. No. I wouldn't advise. But if that's what you want to do, test and see, and come and tell us. Everything in perfumery is experimental. So TEC also can be used across board. I don't know if there's, at this point right now, I cannot say, and I don't know for sure if there's any fragrance products that TEC would hinder. TEC would hinder its performance, because the important thing is that for diluents, why you cannot use DPG in certain products is that it would hinder the performance of that product. All right, so if you are making a particular or a kind of fragrance product, and you use fragrances or ingredients that are diluted in DPG, depending on what you're doing, if it's perfume, no problem. There are other fragrance products that it would hinder their ability to perform, or not so much, but it would still be a factor, and it would reduce their ability to perform very, very well. So that's the major reason why you should check and confirm the different diluents that have been used to dilute the ingredient before you buy it, dependent on what you yourself are creating, what fragrance product you yourself are creating. There's also benzyl benzoate. Benzyl benzoate, you'll see diluted in BB. If you're buying products that are diluted in benzyl benzoate, you'll see they're all listed. It says diluted in IPM, diluted in DPG, diluted in ethanol, diluted in TEC, diluted in BB. Once you see diluted in BB, you know that it is diluted in benzyl benzoate. All right, so that's another thing that you can use, another diluent. It's used, but it's not very common. Let's say common, not common. It's not often used. I think DPG is like the most popular one, and the one that is very often used. So it's important that as you're creating your fragrance products, you check which ones work, what fragrance product you're creating, and what diluent or solvent you prefer that your ingredients come in, or if you're diluting your ingredients yourself, what products you prefer that your ingredients come in. All right, if you're making things like home fragrances, alcohol is really not your best. You can use it. Well, it depends on what you're creating. Let me not blow out your candle. It depends on what you're creating at the end of the day. So when you're buying, the major takeout here is that when you're buying your ingredients and it's already diluted, if you're making just perfumes, then I think any form of dilution, if it's just perfumes that you're creating, any form of dilution, rather, any diluent that is used would be just okay. All right, but if you're making other products, candles, essential oils, home fragrances, space scenting products, wipes, and the rest of them, fragrance tissue, cosmetics, makeup, cream, and all of that, you need to confirm in what diluent, in what solvent or diluent your ingredient has been diluted in. And if you can afford to just buy it out neat so that you have control over the diluent that goes into it, then best for you. If you can afford to buy out the products neat, go ahead and buy them out neat. If you cannot afford to buy the product neat and you're just starting out, confirm the solvent that is used, that has been used to dilute the material. All right, but if you can afford to buy all the products, all the ingredients out neat, and then dilute them yourself so that you have exact control over the dilution process and the solvent that you're using to dilute it. And if you buy out neat, it's important that you don't dilute everything at once. It's important that if you buy out, say, a 10 ml neat ingredients, you might want to just dilute 1% in another 10 ml bottle, and then you leave 9 ml, so that you can decide to have them in different solvents. You can decide to have them in DPG, IPM, and ethanol, so that depending on what fragrance products you want to create, you can now pick out whichever one that works for you. All right, I hope this information and this live has been very, very helpful. If you would like to take a perfume making course or learn more on perfumery, send me a message at the Perfume Madam. Call me up and let's start your journey. If you would like to start your fragrance business by home scenting products, not just home, all space scenting products. If you want to start your own space scenting a business, home fragrances and all of that, go to theperfumemadam.com and start today. You can get 30% discount to this July. It ends on Saturday. You can get 30% discount to pay 25,000 naira between now and 31st of July. Is it 31st or 30th of July? The last day of July, sha. So you get 30%. Use the discount code diffuser in capital letters. Diffuser in capital letters to get that discount code. All right, diffuser in capital letters to get that discount code. To get that discount rather, so that you can pay 25,000 naira between today and Saturday. And if there's any other thing that you need, any other information that you need, and all of that, send me a message and we'll take it up from there. Have a great day.